It's Friday morning, and I'm in my car, obviously. It's time to check in and see how everybody's doing. I'm looking at the American flag waving in the breeze, and today is the 15th. Today is a day to remind yourselves to stay calm. Keep calm and carry on. That's really a big, important message for today. That whenever we feel like our brains are scrambled and we're having too many thoughts and we don't know what to think, and today's a day to go inward. Today's a day to find your solace within you in a quiet space. Okay? Today's the day to go within. You can do this at several points throughout the day. You can do this all day if you want. Too many thoughts, panic attacks, anxiety attacks, freaking out attacks. They're all kind of the same, right? Stop everything. Just stop everything. When that starts happening to you, go within. I have a magazine in my car, and I just happened to notice this is Kripalu, which is a yoga center in Western Massachusetts. It says, move toward healing. Hello, Amanda. Move toward healing. I like it says radical belonging there, too. Do not stay in that place of absolute insanity. Why would we do that? Which is exactly the reason that I'm having these check-ins every day. So let's do it together. Please hit the thumbs up. Let's do it together. We ready? We're going to breathe together for a little bit. The best use of our few minutes here is to just take a little moment to breathe deeply together. Ready? Inhale. Hold your breath at the top as long as you can, and a longer exhalation. Okay, let's do it again. Deep breath in, as deep a breath as you can take. Hold the breath, and a longer breath out. Once again, deep breath in, hold it as long as you can, and a longer breath out. There is no way on earth that doesn't shift your whole physiology. Okay, so I talked about it yesterday on the video I did with Kathy Beal. Definitely check that out. It was exceedingly helpful. We do not have to accept a reality that we do not want to create. And that goes for across the board. Excuse me, that goes for personally and collectively, because we're all one, right? So I'm gonna tell you a little tough love thing. If you're finding yourself in a panic and a freak out, you're doing it to yourself. Plus, you're picking up on the collective energy. So that's really, thank you, Rabia, for the testimonial. So let's just keep that at the forefront of our minds. If we are panicked and full of anxiety, we're doing it to ourselves. Okay? So let's just take control. Take charge. Take control. Please hit the thumbs up while you're here. It will lift up everybody's energy, mine especially. I just finished writing a Substack article. My morning schedule has really changed because I really just feel a need to write. And then I went into Substack and I tried to edit it because I mistakenly copied and pasted twice. It's neither here nor there, but Substack does not make it easy to edit things out. So anyway, if you got the Substack article I wrote today, it was about starting asking some serious questions about what went on at last Tuesday. Was it last Tuesday or the Tuesday before? I'm losing my sense of time and space. I do see that there are people here that are offering to help those who are struggling. That's really kind. Make sure you put your email address or some way that they can reach out to you. So the Substack was about asking questions. That we have got to question what happened on November 5th, because there are, I talked about this last night on my video, which was kind of a new version of our Grassroots of Democracy organization. There are a lot of questions. So on my Substack today, I listed the questions that I talked about last night. We've never in our history had election results come pummeling in shortly after the polls closed. We've never had that. That was an anomaly. And it also was a crime. It's just so you know. Why Zach Jenkins is having a tough time and wants a shout out. Zach, we're here to support. Is he here? Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many things we can think about and point to that are just beyond the pale, unbelievable, and not credible. That we're watching the gaslighting of America, and it's going to go on till we stop it. So we're watching the gaslighting of America, this mass hypnosis. You know, it's so like the Matrix, right? The movie. People are, I don't think it's succeeding for the most part, but you know, just so you know. So that the American people, some of the American people are actually looking at what happened on November 5th in the wee hours of the morning. And it's just maybe this is why I'm writing so much. It's bone-chillingly scary that they're not questioning it. Because make no mistake, I don't mean to stress you out, but Putin has his sights on America, and Putin's already invaded America in the form of MAGA that's in our Congress. And the sooner we start getting really loud about it, I believe that's starting to happen. The sooner we start getting really loud about it, and the sooner we just say we're not going to take no for an answer, we want this to stop now. The sooner the better. And that's where we are today. It is a full moon day. That's why I want you to make sure that you watch and re-watch the show last night with Kathy and I that we did yesterday afternoon. If we have any troll slayers in the chat, please slay the trolls. So, let me know how you're doing, because this is a check-in to see how you're all doing. This is the most traumatizing event in the United States of America, right on par with 9/11, and it's pretty big. And it's kind of like seeing, in a certain way, it's kind of like seeing our collective American family being attacked, right? And our beloved White House, the Capitol. Just so you know, I can't imagine our president, Joe Biden, handing the keys over to a fascist. You draw power from the supermoon. I don't know if it's technically called the supermoon, but you know, there's a lot going on, so bring that energy in. So, yeah, so this crap cannot stand. That's where I am, and I think that you've all been able to deduce that that's definitely where I am. I am not going to stand for this. And the American Revolution, I keep kind of coming to the same area to do my car talk check-ins. And this morning it occurred to me that I keep on going to the spot where just yards away from me the American Revolution was fought on this soil. So maybe I'm drawing from that. You've noticed other psychics are starting to talk about the stolen election? Just starting? I'm not laughing at the other psychics. I'm like, it's just been right there, the whole time. Right there. After the terror cleared, the the response of, oh my God, after that cleared. And it did. We have to gauge and, well, Christine, you're saying resistance isn't enough. We must engage in active opposition peacefully. Isn't that one and the same thing? Some psychics were so shocked that they were not able to call a thing what it is. I don't know. Maybe I've been in practice longer. I can't figure that out. I trust my impressions. Kamala won. I will never, ever, ever back down, and I will never apologize for saying that Kamala was going to win. The universe is asking, how many clowns do you want? I have more. Yeah. As far as psychic reading, psychic impressions, we do that at night, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 Eastern Time. Kamala won. Yes. Rose is saying it's the other astrologers that kind of rattled me today. Why are you listening to the other astrologers? Why don't you listen to me and Kathy Beale and go back and re-listen? You have to understand that, let me talk about a little dynamic that I see going on. You have to understand that if you see astrologers calling for something negative, speaking of questions, you need to question that. So I'm just going to tell you, yeah, I thought it was very sad that so many readers just like quit, I want to tell you that the astrologers that you're listening to, I mean, first of all, check yourself and your inner strength, right? If something like that rattles you and you're not able to pull yourself back, maybe a little bit more practice in pulling oneself back in is in order. It's not untrue that there are massive planetary shifts happening as we speak right now. It's not untrue that this full moon that we're in right now, with all the Uranus and Saturn energy and Pluto getting ready right now to go into Aquarius, it's not untrue that it will feel like the earth is shaking. And maybe it will be, yeah, it is true. I knew my gift as a very young child. Somebody's saying, Barbara's saying. So it is true that I mean, maybe literally the earth will shake. That would not surprise me in the least. So everybody be safe. The earth is always shifting. I noticed last night, because I watched the video afterwards, because I like to hear what Kathy Beale says, and I like to really let it sink in. Because Kathy Beale is a very gifted astrologer, and she's been doing this her whole life too, as far as I know. But I was listening to her, and I found myself, I kind of was surprised that I found myself repeatedly interjecting in the conversation and saying, we must remember that thoughts are creative and we are together creating our reality. And I'm a little appalled at how many people I've encountered that don't want to do that. That don't want to do that. That don't want to use their thoughts. I'm not speaking about anybody in particular, just randomly. And picking up on it in the collective, there are people that are refusing to use their creative minds What did I say yesterday? I said, think about a pink monkey. You can imagine that, right? And you could, why not use that same imagining capacity to imagine what you want to see happen? And I've been just flabbergasted at the pushback from people that don't want to do that. So if they don't want to do it, it's up to us that are willing, right? It is criminal what happened on November 5th. It's absolutely criminal what happened on November 5th. It's absolutely beyond the pale that after 2016, with the Mueller report coming out, that we unfairly didn't get to see thanks to Bill Barr. It's unbelievable that people would not be going, well, that's interesting. Putin meddled in the election before. Putin needed to install Trump. I talked about that a lot. Putin needed to install Trump. He needed to install Trump. More than anything, Putin would do anything to get Trump installed, and so he did. Because if he didn't do all that nefarious finagling with Elon and Trump and others, Peter Thiel and others, if he hadn't done that, then that would have weakened his plan to take over Europe. Would have weakened his plan to take over Europe. We don't need a sequel, that's for sure. Yeah, so that's what he did. So if you want to not live under a fascist, murderous regime, you will do the least of what you can do, starting right now in this moment. And together, we can visualize this thing being shut down and Kamala Harris in the White House. Is that too big of a stretch? Time to clean house, lock them up. And I would tell you, first of all, read my Substack, and I apologize for being copied and pasted twice. I got to figure out how to edit that. But it's all there. So go to my Substack and read that article. Let's just all together close our eyes for a few seconds. Just a few seconds. Let's do this together. We do group hugs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Let's close our eyes and visualize Kamala Harris in the White House. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's do that. I can see it. I can see it. Let's remember. Come on, the Troll Slayers. Come on, Troll Slayers. Ms. Righteous. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that title that you just gave me. You troll you. You troll. Okay, I'll be Miss Righteous. If that's what you want, I'll be Miss Righteous. Yeah, that's what they want. The trolls are all out there, and they want to cut us down, and they want to call us delusional and sick. And anybody who's here to help, who's here to be supportive, is the Antichrist. Can you whack that troll, please? The chat froze. Yeah, thank you. You gotta be like Teflon, people. You really do. You have got to be like Teflon. Does somebody want to be a wrench? We don't even know if they're real human. Hang on, let me fix it. Hang on. It shouldn't be doing that. And Amanda's saying, do people think it's weird to use your thoughts in that way? On that point, let me say this. Can you think of anything that exists that wasn't imagined first? I ain't afraid of no trolls. Right. Me neither. Can you think of anything that exists that wasn't in somebody's mind first? For that matter, elections, right? Reality check, reality check. Yeah. So, today, promise yourself that you're stronger than you think you are. Michelle, I'm fine. I am absolutely fine. Do I look like I'm not fine? I'm fine. What? I mean, I'm talking about being Teflon. I'm talking about being stronger than you think you are. Yeah, thank you, Rabia. I mean, I'm not crying. I haven't cried. I have one of the joys in my life right now is I have a baby grand piano that I got for free. Really excited about that. I live in a beautiful place. I do what I want in my life, right? So please just don't worry about me, and please just, please know that your only job is to take care of yourself. That's it. Yes, I got a baby grand piano for free. I got it delivered. My best friend paid for the move. I mean, life is good. Let's keep our lives good. We're coming up on Thanksgiving in about a week and a half, or let's say the 15th, pretty soon. Let's think about what we're grateful for. I'm actually very, very happy. And I'm just saying that, not to make you feel bad if you're not really, really happy. I'm saying that because it's available for everybody. Oh, how did the piano come? I happened to be on Facebook Marketplace. It was a thought in my mind how much I'd love to have a baby grand. I had kind of just like forgotten about it to the best of my ability, and there it was. There was some spiritual energy that helped that to happen. So there is nothing wrong with thinking about best case scenario. You can be happy and concerned at the same time. And Michelle, I'm actually glad that you said that in a certain way. I'm thinking of like Ben Meiselas, of Simon Rosenberg, of Kamala Harris, of everybody who's been Joe Biden, who's been in positions of an amazing amount of pressure on them. I'm not under that kind of pressure, and I mentioned Simon Rosenberg and the people that have worked so hard for this election. They're okay. I think about Ben Meiselas and his wife had a baby and his, like he's got this Midas touch, all those guys, right? That's a lot. He's okay. And Gina's saying she's been in meditation for an hour today. I highly recommend that. I'm not afraid of no trolls. And I know that when we see people being strong, when we see people rising up, when we see people not submitting, not succumbing, when we see that, then we want to be that, right? I remember when Kamala Harris was being interviewed on CNN, which I've got a lot to say about the mainstream media. I'm not going to get started on that topic, but when she had that initial interview with CNN, when they were going, "Oh, we haven't interviewed Kamala. She hasn't sat down for an interview." They're saying, and then she's talking to people all the time. And somebody made the comment, "Oh, she looks tired." Who the hell cares? Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for your kind words, everybody. It offsets the trolls. Who the hell cares? She had been campaigning. She'd been under all this pressure. She's getting all this, people bashing her and all this disinformation from the mainstream media about Kamala. It's amazing the rumor mill that was out there, and all they have to point to, oh, she's had an amazing plan, still has an amazing plan for America to save our country from fascism. And what do they say? Nothing about that. They go, oh, she looked tired. Give me a freaking break. We're all tired. We all want our lives. We all want our lives. We all want our lives. And you know what? More than that, even more than that. Yeah, of course I want my life. Of course I want my life to be wonderful and to continue to be wonderful and to get better, not worse. Of course that's the case. Of course that's the case. But honest to God, God's honest truth, what motivates me the most is to protect the people that will suffer greatly under the proposed Project 2025. Okay? I don't understand some of those comments. There are those of us that are capable of compassion and empathy. There are those of us who are capable of serving. There are those of us who can't even live their lives unless they're serving and feel like balanced. There are people that cannot. Somebody like Donald Trump, classic example of somebody who's never in his earthly existence experienced love. He has a psychological dysfunction, many psychological dysfunctions. So to offset the number of people that would let somebody right in front of them suffer and feel nothing, to offset that, my job, maybe you feel that it's your job too. I truly, genuinely hope that you do feel that it's your job, is to make sure that the elders don't suffer, that the families that are immigrants here don't suffer, entire families, that the elders don't lose their Social Security, that people that direly need it do not lose their health care. The amount of people that would suffer. And Elon Musk, it came right out of his mouth. It will be really painful for a couple of years, and then things should even out. Not on my freaking watch. Not on my freaking watch. Not on my watch. That is not happening. And if you were brought up with any kind of Christian teaching, if you know anything about the life of Christ, or any great spiritual avatar, leader, highly evolved being, if you know anything about that, and you want to be more like that, your entire life will be devoted to serving others in the way that you feel called. So, because we care about others, because we care about the children, especially, we care about marginalized communities, we care about the health and well-being of others, because we do, because that's our nature. And that doesn't mean not taking care of ourselves. It actually means taking care of ourselves better than ever so that we can be more available to serve. Okay? We cannot not help one another. Not helping it's just not an option. Not being all that we can be, speaking out, joining forces, calling our representatives all day, every day, any representative, and telling them we do not accept a fascist takeover of our democracy. Hang on a second. In order to truly serve, we've got to speak up. There's nothing else that we can do. Yeah, the trolls have been out in full force during my 11 a.m. Maybe it's when they just wake up. Apathy is not an option. And I want to close with this today, and we'll come back to, together tonight at 7 Eastern Time for the Psychic News Network. Some of these trolls haven't gotten any hugs from their mothers. Some of them are just bots. In 1998, in October of 1998, when I met Sadhguru for the very first time, and if you want to look up anything about Sadhguru, go to ishafoundation.org. I did a 13-day yoga program with him in person, and he had us stand in front of the group of our, other participants and declare, I am a parent of the universe. I am a parent of the universe. You are my responsibility. I leave you with that. So we'll see you. This has been Car Talk. Car Talk with Annette. The mental health check-in. If anybody's really struggling, you can reach out to me at AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. I have other people that are contacting people that feel like they're in trouble. The number for the suicide hotline is 988. You can text or call, and you can pass that on to anybody who needs it. Okay? Please subscribe and please hit the thumbs up before you go. Subscribing costs you nothing. Nothing terrible happens. Just remember, I am a parent of the universe. Okay? We'll see you tonight. Thanks for showing up and thanks for slaying the trolls. Namaste.